So I keep forgetting that the sofas are up there. So they're definitely up there. But the good part is that I wrapped them in movers cellophane a whole lot of times. And so they seem to be pretty secure. I've taken multiple deliveries today and I feel much better than yesterday. Yesterday was a terrible, treacherous feeling, and this morning the same. But I've also felt kind of hazy, not lazy, but a little bit hazy. Like with regards to reality, like, I don't know. I think this is a really common thing for people who either travel a lot or have multiple homes or no home at all for that matter, because when you're moving around a lot, I don't know, I just feel like things get really hazy. So, look at it outside. Super hazy. They said there are some sort of wildfires in in Canada. So who knows? It's possible. That's what it looks like here. That's what they're saying it is here. But who really knows? And I'm going to check on Xavier really quickly. He was waiting for his persons who runs the space. It doesn't matter. He needed to go run an errand there, and he asked me not to discuss it on the live. So he's waiting for them, and this is the first time that he's not here making my orders with me, which I do not much care for. So, especially when he's being nice, which has been really rare lately. So when he's being nice, it's like, I just want him to come with me, And not only that, but I feel sad that he's going to stop being nice soon, and that all the time that he was being nice, I wasn't there. I was working. So, and then I have a pickup. But anyways, I'm just wondering, I think I told you guys my plan of hiring an AI bot or programming an AI bot or an AI software development team with thoughtful and tactful and classy, but still truthful responses and rebuttals to all of the slander that's been circulated about my name. So I really want to get going on that project. And then also my book. I want in 10 or 20 years from now for this content to recirculate and for everyone to be like, Heather, where's your book? So that I can literally say, yeah, that's a great question, considering the fact that I am articulate, well-spoken, have 15 years experience working, 10 to 15 if you include schooling and, all of my miscellaneous healthcare experience. There's absolutely no reason why my book should not have been published by now. I've also done a fantastic job producing my own blog, my own podcast, probably tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of pieces of content in various niches amongst various demographics, hired promotions teams, spokesmodeling teams, etc. and so forth. You name it. Why wouldn't I have a book in 2026? Who doesn't have a book? Like, if you don't have a book, what are you even doing? Is how I feel. And I started my book in 2019 or 18. The preface. I spoke about this a few nights ago, and I've spoken about it before. But the preface I finished in 2018 or 19, and I just, for some weird reason, have not been permitted. And I use the word permitted in a literal context. I have not been permitted the ability to write my book. Like, I just have not. So, for an example, I have sat down with my Chromebook, and I have a MacBook now, but at the time, a few years ago, I had multiple Chromebooks. I had sat down with any one of my numerous computer systems and begun typing my book. Randomly, the first sentence would become the second sentence, and the third sentence would be omitted completely, and other words would be turned around and backwards, and some third party hacker would like take whole paragraphs out of my book and make my narrative sound so just ridiculous, So I started handwriting it because I didn't want to forget it. And I have that. It's like between 300 and 400 pages handwritten, plus the preface, plus all of my blog posts and podcasts and all of that. So I'm really, really hoping that with the use of these new AI programs, I can say, hey, here's a list of my websites as I've written, and here's my own personal narrative with regards to my life story and my experience. Can you please just create a book for me based on this? And then I can sit down and read the book and say, oh my God, this is great. I did a great job. Because I've been putting in work on this book for way too long to have to sit down at the beginning and just restart everything. You know what I mean? And I don't know if you guys have ever been like displaced from stable house, so most people that I know have a house and that's where they live. Go figure. But I have been forced to move a lot, a whole lot. I don't know if you've ever gone through something like that, but if you've ever gone through something like that, then you completely understand how difficult it is to hold on to stuff. I have guarded this book with my life. You have no idea what I have gone through to guard this book. So I don't know. I just really want, to publish and to get this book in circulation. And I feel like that would help me significantly in my goal of buying a house by the end of the year for my children and I. But we'll see. Other than that, I just was getting bullied in the morning. And after I start talking about stuff, usually they stop bullying me. So maybe they find me interesting. Who knows? Or maybe they think that I am a good vibe, right? Or maybe they just get annoyed with all the stuff that I'm saying to them. And so they decide, you know what? Let us stop bullying her before we accidentally make her say the wrong thing and then we look bad. I've thought of that too. Either way, I'm grateful that they stopped bullying me, and grateful that they stopped bullying me. Ew, why is there so much traffic? What happened? It was beautiful just like 3 hours ago. It was like there was no one here. It was the best. What happened? Why is it like this? I went on one delivery. What is going on? Put it back. What are you doing? I don't know what's going on, you guys. It was so calm and peaceful, and now it's crap. I just want people to see how they are, It was so calm and peaceful. No one honking, everyone being calm and chilled. Like, this is wild. I'm just gonna go this way because that way looks super congested. Do you guys ever have one of those days where people are like dedicated to getting in your way? Because this morning I was having that day, like kind of that day, but then, yeah, definitely that day. But then like halfway through the day, it changed into like a day of the opposite of that, where no one was in my way and I was in no one's way. And then I went to go pick up this order, and all of a sudden it just started getting like this again. And it's like, what is going on? You know? Everything was so calm. I feel like we were one of like 30 people in the area. Everything was just a great energy. And then randomly, where was that order from? I don't know. Starts with a C. Connors or something? I don't know. I wonder sometimes if my orders have anything to do with people being assholes. Like, are people who order from a certain restaurant more susceptible to being assholes than people who don't order from that restaurant? You know? Who knows? But yeah, so anyway, those were my next two goals to finish. I thought it was private only to private deliveries at all. Well, because I had my hazards on because of the sofas on the roof. But I turned them off because, yeah, I don't know. I'm pretty sure everyone can see them. I have them wrapped in lime green, moving cellophane. That's so weird. There's like this annoying older lady. You guys don't say anything to her if you know who she is. If you know, you know. But she doesn't know anything about technology, GPSs, things of that nature. And she's like one of those that no matter what decision you make, like for the best decision for what you're doing, she swears that she knows a better decision and like multiple reasons why you're wrong in the decision that you made. And I don't know, I just find it to be so funny that she is so invested in calling us wrong all the time. She doesn't even know how to use the GPS, like literally. And she's doesn't even know Chicago either. So like if I'm going to take a route and it's not the route that was requested of me from the GPS, it's okay. I request a different route. Thank you. I request a different route on purpose because either I have another stop to make, or it's likely the food wouldn't be ready yet because it's too early, or because there's another, pickup on the way, or because there's traffic, or because there's a road closure, or what have you. And like this lady, I don't know what her problem is. It's like I don't want to have to explain to her every single time, hey, if I chose a different route, there is a reason that I did so. I'm a grown up. I have 4 children who I gave birth to from my body, my biological children. If I didn't take the route that they asked me to take, it's very likely that there's a reason for that, you know. But I never say that. Sometimes I wait until she's gone and then I yell into my car about how I would like these people to, not tell me which way to go, etc. But I try to reel that in, I really do. I try to keep that reeled in, for the most part. So anyway, you guys, I have so much to document. The real Xavier showed back up today in a masculine way. I don't know. Maybe he's here to stay. Maybe he's back, We'll see, I guess. The real Xavier, my husband, the one who I have a 2-year-old son with. But yeah, we'll see. So I sure hope so. What else was I going to tell you guys today? I told you all that the higher authority is not allowing me to consume media in the form of music or movies, right? And that the only media that I was being permitted to consume was, very bland, childlike, with a good family message movies. Like the Barbie movie. Like, do you remember that line? Who's seen the Barbie movie with, what's her name? Oh my God, she's one of my faves. She was Harley Quinn and she was Leo DiCaprio's wife in Wolf on Wall Street. What is her name? What the hell? Margot Robbie. There was a line in there when Margot Robbie first got to, the regular world, and she's like speaking to that little girl, and the little girl is like going to town, telling her off. She's like, you are what's wrong with the world, and blah, blah, blah. I was like, whoa. And Barbie's character almost started crying in that part. And so anyways, I have only been able to watch like that movie a few times, and that's about it. The higher power doesn't allow it, or music. So I haven't really been doing that consuming any of that type of content very often. But I would really like to get some work done on my novel and set the record straight, once and for all. So, yeah, that's about it. So I'll try